efficient student loan repayment means what's the best way, the fastest way, and the cheapest way for me to repay my student loans. So let's stick with that kind of logic. And there's a few things you should do and can do. The first is really identify your goal. What are you trying to do? Are you trying to pay your loan off faster? Are you trying to qualify for a forgiveness program? Are you trying to make sure you can make ends meet and pay for all the bills that life sends your way? Identify that goal and then you can definitely go from there. The main way to pay your loan off quickly is to pay more than the minimum payment each month. But every time you do that, you want to make sure you're paying it off the right way. Yes, there is a way to do it wrong. If you overpay on your student loan accounts, federal or private, what the lender could do is just advance your due date. So if you want to make those extra payments and you want to help pay your loan down faster, make sure with every extra payment online, if you're mailing checks, whatever you need to do, make sure you notate or find a way to let your lender or your loan servicer know that you would like the extra payment to be applied to your principal balance. If you do that, you need to remember that you still owe your minimum payment next month. So keep that in mind. That could be really important, especially if you're a federal student loan borrower or you're attacking your federal student loans, because federal student loans apply interest with a simple daily interest formula. The only thing that's triggering how much interest you're going to pay in that type of formula is your outstanding principal balance. It's not going to be charging interest on any outstanding interest you have yet to cover. So that could be really helpful. If you reduce that outstanding principal balance amount, the amount that they're charging you interest is actually on a smaller amount. And as we know, interest is just a daily cost for your loan. If you have private student loans, well, your loan could be working on either a simple daily interest formula or on a compounding interest formula. That's something you need to find out. You can usually check with your lender. But you can still prepay your student loans and ask them not to advance your payment, to actually apply it to the amount that you owe. The second thing you want to make sure you do is to come up with a repayment strategy that works for you. Now, if you're looking to do the acceleration of loan payments, then you have to figure out how you want to attack your loans. I get asked all the time, if I have an extra amount of money to put towards my loans, should I pay a little extra on all my loans, say I have 4 or 5, or should I just take all that extra payment and apply it to one loan? My advice would be to apply it to one loan. It's more efficient to pick one loan to attack instead of spreading it out against a loan portfolio that has more than one loan. Which loan should you pick? Well, that's an interesting question. There are a lot of strategies out there. The two common are the Snowball strategy and the Avalanche strategy. The Snowball strategy is to start with the smallest loan amount and attack that loan until it's paid off. There's some psychological benefits to that. Once you start paying off those loans and they're gone, you might feel a sense of relief. If you had 5 loans, now you only have 4 loans. Part of the strategy here is, if you're already used to paying the minimum on that loan plus extra, you take that total amount and apply it to the next loan and attack it that way. If that amount of money is the amount that you're used to coming out of your bank accounts, then maybe you can swing it for the next loans. Essentially what the Snowball method does is you start small and you start adding and attacking loans with higher and higher balances as you go along. But remember, aim all those extra payments to one loan. It does not really make sense to aim them across the board. The Avalanche method is another method to attack your student loans. It's a little different though, it's not the same. This method has you attack the loans with the highest interest rate. By doing that, this is technically the cheapest way to pay off your student loans, if you're not doing it all one lump sum, if it's a process for you. If you're attacking the loan with the highest interest rate, it's technically the most expensive loan. The reason why some people don't like this method is if the largest loan that you have is the one with the highest interest rate, then that can really not give you that psychological boost because it could take you a lot longer to get there. So some people just don't prefer this method. But it's totally up to you. If you are okay and you're committed and you're ready to work towards it, that is great and that is fantastic. I say work towards it. So attack the loan with the largest interest rate and work your way down to the loans with the lower interest rates. One thing to know about student loans, federal or private, they tend to have slightly different interest rates every year. Even if your credit hasn't changed with a private student loan, it could be market prices and such that will change the interest rate. So you can work that way. Once again, my name's Elaine Rubin, and do not forget to subscribe to the Edvisors YouTube page. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.